See Real Betis take on Mallorca on Monday, September 23 on SportsMax 2 at 11 a.m. in the Eastern Caribbean, 10 for Jamaica. Be a part of the game. Watch on the SportsMax app. The third and final T20 between the Australia and New Zealand women in Brisbane is on Tuesday. Who will take it? Live coverage begins at 4:10 a.m., 5:10 ECT on SportsMax and SportsMax Cricket on the app. Elevate your viewing. Download the SportsMax app today. This broadcast is brought to you by Carib Malta, 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play.
The years of secondary schools football league, the lush green surroundings in St. Clair, here at St. Mary's grounds. Two schools that have seen the greatness of titles. St. Mary's College against Signal Hill is the match we are here for. Round 4 of SSFL Premiership Division. Our weather today, 33 degrees Celsius, humidity index 61%, and wind speeds of 5 kilometers per hour. Well, we are live on SportsMax, SportsMax app, and on SportsMax YouTube. We're bringing you all of the action live right here at St. Mary's College grounds. My name is Hans Devines, and both of these schools have given us international greats in the form of Dwight York from Signal Hill and Shaka Hislop in terms of St. Mary's College. In Jamaica, today we're getting ready for Issa Schoolboy football action. Let's look at the fixtures. We have Spot Valley High versus Machette High and William Nibbs versus Cedric Titus. Matches that we can look forward to. Colin Murray, Brent Sancho, welcome guys.
Hello Hans. Hello everybody. It should be another interesting round of games, and here at St. Mary's Ground, you're so right, Hans, about the greatness of these schools in terms of secondary schools.
Yeah.
Football, Dwight York of Signal Hill, Shaka Hislop in goal. I remember, you couldn't get past Shaka. He was like a wall.
Well, you mentioned that it's an interesting round of football ahead of us. Let's take a look at the fixtures today.
I think when you look at the fixtures, gentlemen, there are one or two that really jumps out at you. That's St. Benedict's College against Naparima College lower down in the tier. And of course, Arima North, who's doing quite well in this round of football so far. Of course, East Mocrapo Secondary come up against Speyside. American Ministries, they'll be hoping to get their first points against Queen's Royal College, who got their first points in the last match day, round 3. And of course, Presentation College against Fatima College.
I thought you were going to leave that out.
Well, I wasn't going to. I know you would not allow me to. So that is certainly one of the games that you look forward to. And of course, with the standings, gentlemen, Colin.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Who would have thought
Oh
that?
boy.
Arima North.
Oh
secondary.
boy.
And congrats to them. They're doing really well. Malik had a great win, so I'm not surprised in second. Naparima has been playing well. They're into third. Of course, St. Benedict's and Prez. But I know what you all are looking at. You're looking just below Signal Hill.
You are looking at.
And you're looking just below Signal
We are not
Hill.
looking at that, Colin.
But let me tell you, there's one game outstanding still against St.
Fatima
Augustine.
College.
Yeah, okay, let's get it clear.
Yeah, and when you look at the bottom 4, you have to think where the results will come from. It must be noted that St. Mary's College, who wasn't within that bottom 4, went up with their victories against American Ministry and then St. Augustine. They also, since you've mentioned it, Colin, they also have games in hand because they've had 2 games suspended because of weather. East Mocrapo Secondary, I believe they would climb the table. They've had a very difficult start as it relates to fixtures, so expect them to start climbing up the table.
Well, guys, we can't be at every single game, so we urge you all out there to please send your videos from the games to ssflgoalcam@gmail.com. We want to see the goals that you captured, and we want to show them live. Let's take a look at some of the games from round 3. Again, a reminder to send in those goals. Let's look at this one.
I tell you what, they're getting very creative now with the goal cam.
Yeah.
Steady hand, penalty kick into the back of the net. And of course, look at this here for a finish. Michael John, the goal scorer for Remo North. They are becoming one of our goal cam specialists, of course.
Yeah.
They were also featured in the last episode of Goal Cam. What about this for a finish? Aidan Carruth of Queen's Royal College.
Royal, yeah.
That looked like the winning goal. That gave them all 3 points. Not just capturing the goal, but also capturing the atmosphere as well.
Manswell, Terence Manswell from Malik with this one. He's someone we're familiar with. And,
a terrific result for Malik, of course, beating Signal, who beat San Juan North previously before that.
Well, interestingly enough, both of these teams actually lost to Malik.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens today on the pitch. But let's look at the results from round 3 of football.
Well, I think the game that we carried in the last fixture, Fatima versus Naparima College, exciting game, ended up 1 apiece. Malik Secondary, as mentioned, winning 4 goals to 2 against Signal Hill. Miracle Ministry still can't get their first 3 points, Colin. They went down to St. Mary's College.
2-1.
Queen's Royal College got their first 3 points. They beat Speyside in a very close encounter. And of course, as we go down, St. Anthony's College, they're losing, surprisingly, because they were at the top of the table to Rima North Secondary, a team that we are now seeing moving steadily up the table. One of the teams we talked about being possibly within the top 4 within it.
You talk surprisingly, no, but Arima North are doing well. The other team that I think we really have to look out for is Malik.
Yeah.
Because Signal Hill had 2 very good opening results, beating Trinity, and then
San Juan North.
and San Juan North, and then coming to lose to Malik. It tells me this Malik team is a team that we have to be very wary of.
All right, guys, well, let's talk about St. Mary's College. New coach on the bench for the players.
Yeah, new coach, a big change, surprising change for some, because of course Coach Grayson would have won his last fixture against Miracle Ministry, but an experienced campaigner in Cornell Glen, someone we saw with Club Sando in the TTPFL, who I thought, and I said to you guys that I thought he should have been coach of the year that year for Club Sando. He did a really good job. I expect him to come in and first of all stop the bleeding. They have conceded 10 goals so far in 3 games. I think that's the first thing we do.
Yeah.
He didn't have much time, of course, with the team. 2 days probably or so, Colin.
Yeah, we had 2 days, and what he's got to do is get organized.
Yeah, definitely has to get organized. But guys, just look at the school facts when we look at St. Mary's College. They're rivals.
Yeah.
Who boy? Fatima College. Colin used to get so upset with that Razataz when he was in school.
Very upset.
Founded in 1863.
Yeah.
I will question whether or not there's a school that is older than St. Mary's College in
No,
Trinidad and Tobago.
Probably
I think they
Queen's
are.
Royal College, maybe.
Well, guys, let's talk about Signal Hill. Kyle James from Signal Hill. 5 goals, 3 games. Let's hear about Signal Hill.
Well, he's the one to watch, Kyle James, because I've been looking at he's got a tremendous eye for goal. And St. Mary's got to be careful with him because his movement off the ball. I remember Kyle James actually playing last year, and his movement off the ball is what is so good about him. And it's obvious this year he's improved his skill in terms of taking chances. He is one that St. Mary's will have to be very, very watchful of. And the thing is, Signal Hill, they're scoring goals. They're scoring goals, St. Mary's leaking goals.
Definitely, readiness is key when it comes to Signal Hill, founded in 1977. And listen, they say they have no rivals at all. And also
I'm surprised at that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I thought a Scarborough Sec Bishops maybe would have been a rival of theirs. But when you think about it historically, as it relates to the SSFL, they really used to come. They were the team that would come from Tobago.
Correct.
Interestingly enough, in the 80s, they actually had a hat trick, 87 to 89.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I mean, those were the days of the Dwight Yorks when every time you talk Signal Hill, you used to say, stop Dwight York. Stop Colvin Hutchinson. If you're successful with that, you could win the game.
Well, guess what? Today, Kyle James might be the man to stop, but St. Mary's College, they have their new coach and their full lineup ready for action here at St. Mary's College grounds. When we come back around, St. Mary's versus Signal Hill. The action in SSFL. Round 4 football continues.
You're watching coverage of Secondary Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta. 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play.
You gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first.
On Sunday, the second T20 between Australia and New Zealand women gets going. 4:10 a.m. in Jamaica, 5:10 in the Eastern Caribbean on SportsMax 2 and SportsMax Cricket on the app. Elevate your viewing. Download the SportsMax app today. You're watching coverage of Secondary Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta. 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play.
Welcome back here to the St. Mary's College ground. It's another big one as the home team takes on Signal Hill Secondary. They've journeyed from Tobago to see if they can put a further dent into this St. Mary's team that have not started very well. Just one win from their games. The officials, Shalise Hood is the referee, Unald Crovado and Tevin LaRose are the assistant referees, and Natalia Williams is the fourth official. So those are the officials. Let's have a look at St. Mary's lineup. Superville, Morris, Shallery, Humphrey, Roberts, Wong, Phillip, Harper, James, Otley, Grant, and of course the new coach, Cornell Glenn. Let's have a look at the formation.
I'll expect St. Mary's College to try to stop the bleeding. Otley and James are going to ask to give a lot of shield and support to that back four. Harper and Grant and Wong will be expected to do their midfield defensive duties, and Phillip will certainly have to do a good job in holding up the football and keeping St. Mary's in play when they're going forward.
So there is the St. Mary's team saying their final prayer, and let's quickly run through the Signal Hill team. Trim, Richardson, Marcel, Morgan, Pereira, Arthur, Williams, Trim, St. Hilaire, James, and we spoke about James, Hopkins, and Downey Marcel is the coach.
Well, after impressive results against San Juan North, they dropped one against Malik Secondary. They expect James and his mobility to provide enough of a handful, or more than a handful, of St. Mary's defense. Morgan will have to do his best to join in an attack. Trim and Richardson providing cover for this Signal Hill back four.
So we're just about getting ready for the kickoff here at St. Mary's ground. Signal Hill, they are going to have first strike of the ball as referee Hood is just checking at the side with the fourth official, Natalia Williams, to ensure that everything is above board. She's gone across to have a word as well with the match referee.
I think one of the things you have to look at is we have a look at the new coach, Cornell Glenn. Yeah. A brief conversation with him, and he thought that his 2 days, Colin, went well with his new charges. Of course, taking over the mandate from the very popular Michael Grayson, a man that has a long legacy in this league. I was about to say, Colin, we would have to keep an eye on Signal. Of course, Clayton Ince, part of the support staff. 2006 Soca Warriors linking up. I was about to say the Signal Hill team and young Hislop there.
Ona Hislop, yeah.
Ona Hislop. Well, not young.
Shaka's brother very much left-footed in his day.
Very big and important player for St. Mary's College when you talk about their footballing history in this league.
I remember he scored a lone item in an intercall game, and then he put 4 past Fatima. He alone, forgets in the team, put 4 past Fatima in one game.
Versus Fatima
Kona Hislop versus Fatima. And, I think his brother Shaka was in goal. So one was scoring and the other one was stopping the opposition from scoring. But we're just about waiting on referee Hood to come back onto the field and get things started.
I was just making the point about Signal Hill's trek to Trinidad. It's something we always talk about with Tobago teams and the difficulties that they have. They arrived here at 10 a.m. as the whistle blows to the start, but they arrived here at 10 a.m., Colin, and they spent most of the day in that Jerry Panton pavilion preparing for this game. Certainly not something.
Not ideal. Not
ideal at all. So look for fatigue and probably a bit of lethargic start from the Signal Hill team. I hope that's not the case, but you have to wonder.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't leave it too late to travel, you know, because you don't want to be stuck in traffic or anything like that coming from the airport, either in Tobago or here in Trinidad. So it's always a difficulty, and you know, it's time you look at when these teams have to travel over, that there's some sort of accommodation somewhere for them.
Agreed.
To stay somewhere. I'm not saying a 5-star hotel.
Somewhere they rest their head.
Yeah, somewhere where they can relax.
And they can prepare.
Yeah.
For their games. It's very, very unfair for them because, as I said, their departure times would be, might be at 10, but you just think about the preparation to get to the airport, A&R Robinson Airport.
They would have to be up like 6 o'clock.
6 in the morning.
You know, to get their gears together and everything. But here is Signal Hill with James, but he couldn't control it. And the ball is played back there towards Shallery.
That's a short ball.
That's Humphrey, who didn't play it off well. The shot comes, it goes just wide.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a goal kick for St. Mary's. So Signal is with the first shot of the game.
Yeah, it's just got into a bit of space there. Didn't really have the opportunity to wrap his left foot around that ball. Of course, that's Hopkins in your picture. Probably would have wanted to do better there.
So the ball played through nicely out on that left side, looking for Grant. But Signal Hill regained possession, and let's see, I think it is going to be a throw because the ball in fact went out of play. So there is the coach of Signal Hill, Downey Marcel, as the ball is played into Philip. This could be a problem.
Oh, good save.
Lovely save, but I thought he should have done better. He hit the target, what you want, but I thought he could have got it away from him. That was Philip, and really an excellent save from Marcel.
Yeah, you just thought for a second there, once that ball was played in by Harper, and Philip did not a bad first touch, Colin, enough to set him up for the shot.
Yeah,
probably needed to side foot the ball or pass it by goalkeeper Marcel. Instead, he went for the instep. He went for power and not placement. I think that at the end of the day, that's probably what made him a bit unstuck at the end of it. That's a chance, a big one too. Well, very early in the game.
Here's Trim. And they're playing that ball inside there, trying to ensure that Richardson was getting the ball. But here comes Trim again. But it's one back. The ball played into Philip. He's trying to go wide to Wong. Wong in position. The ball played infield by Morris, looking for his skipper, Philip. This is Morgan, playing it back infield to Richardson. This is Richardson, still in possession. Richardson playing that ball just to his right. The shot! It's in the back of the net. The goalie was off his line. In minute number 4, it appears that Kaleem Trim was the one who put the ball in the back of the net. Shot from distance. Well, the keeper was caught off his line, Brent. So from the time that ball went over his head, he had no chance. Let's have a look.
Yeah, the ball eventually rebounds off the Trim. I wonder if there was a deflection there, but it doesn't look that way. It just looked like the ball.
He was too far off his line.
Well, I think it's a combination of him being off the line. Let's have a closer look at it. Yeah, there was a little bit of a slight deflection that may have changed the trajectory of the ball, But certainly once the ball picked up flight, Colin, it started to move a bit in the air. But certainly you have to look at the positioning of Superville in goal and just whether or not he was in the right position. As you rightfully say, probably off his line and probably not in the position needed to make that save.
So just coming up to 4.5 minutes gone. Signal Hill, they lead here at St. Mary's College Ground. An early lead by 1-0. And there is goalkeeper Superville.
Obviously, you talk about how cruel football can be sometimes. They had a chance down the other end with Phillips. And not even a minute later, Colin, they concede.
That's right. Here is going down that left side is Pereira. Looking to get James going. St. Mary's looking to come away with it with this time with Christian James from St. Mary's. Plays that ball up the right side, looking for Wong. Long ball from Morgan. Oh, this could be problems again. The ball is skinned the back of the net. No, just wide. There was Hopkins cutting wide and then trying to put it back into the far post. It went just wide. Well, Hopkins creating all sorts of problems at the moment. Well, Signal Hill creating real problems, Brent.
Yeah, he just took that touch a bit too wide for my liking, Colin. It took him away from the goal, Hopkins. And so that made the opportunity a little bit more challenging than it should have been. And eventually there, he set it wide. I don't think he was able to really wrap his feet around the ball, his right foot. And hence the reason why that went wide. Again, another chance.
Well, St. Mary's have got to get a little tighter at the back as that ball played down the right side for Morgan, but he gets a throw. Quickly gets it towards Hopkins, but he loses out as St. Mary's are going to come away with it. Eventually, ball cleared downfield by Arthur. This is Arthur back in possession here. Gives it away as this is Wong. Not sure which way he wanted to go. He was turning and twisting, and then he loses out. Morgan picks it up. Ball played towards Richardson. Richardson to the goal scorer, Trim. He plays a nice ball towards Hopkins. Wide there now. They're not going to use them. This long range shot again. This time goes wide. The shot coming from Morgan. And this is a good idea, Brent. They've seen what is happening with the keeper, and they're now looking to shoot from distance.
Yeah, Morgan had one thing in his mind. Once he took this shot, once he took this touch infield, he only had sights for goal. And I tell you what, that was not far off. Good strike there. Signal Hill really put their impression onto this game.
Well, this is Arthur getting it towards St. Hilaire. He goes wide to Williams. This is Williams. He decides to take no chances and plays it out while a player is down at the moment. He's holding his head. Must have a little bit of a clash there. And he came off the worst. He should be all right. A little bit of ice, a little bit of water. But Signal Hill, with that 4th minute strike from Kaleem Trim, there is the Signal Hill bench. And yes, that, well, the all at their side, a lot of Dasani water. It's a really hot day. And Dasani, one of the sponsors of the Intercol, Coca-Cola.
Couldn't think of a better beverage to have. I know you might think of a better beverage, Colin, but as it relates to the schoolboy football,
and especially and the heat today as well, Brent, it's really hot. And of course, the Dasani part of the Coca-Cola sponsorship for the Intercol. And another player from St. Mary's down. 8 minutes, coming up to 9 minutes. 1-0. Signal Hill lead here. There's another St. Mary's player down. Let's hope he's all right.
It's quite a lead challenge there. Looks like James may have been the one. As we have another look at it after the ball is played, that is very, very late. I know in the Premiership, Colin, those things are frowned upon, and we've seen players receive early showers. And of course, it's the type of challenge, Colin, that I'm not fazed by.
I know, and I wasn't going to go there, you know, because and when you played, the type of challenges that you were able to put in, somehow you got away with a lot.
That's a strong sentence. Getting away with a lot.
Well, I make no apologies for that, Brent. And what I mean by that, let me clarify it. You know, you were a robust tackler, and just once or twice you may have got away with one or two robust tackles. I'm not saying unfair. I didn't use the word unfair. You know this.
And that's what I was about to state. In terms of the definition of robust, there's something called fair challenges within it.
Well, yeah, okay, but robust could also mean you clear away everything in front of you.
Which was robustly fair.
Yes, oh, okay. Here's St. Mary's with the free kick. Going to
That's too much on it.
Wong, is he going to get there? No, he will not. It's going to be a goal kick for Signal Hill. They seem to be using Wong wide on one side, Grant on the other side, and trying to play the balls wide to stretch that Signal Hill defense.
Well, I'm looking at the position of Phillips, and he's not ventured anywhere outside of the frame of the goal or the frame of the box. That suggests to me that, as you were saying, Colin, that they prefer to use the width from the likes of Wong and Grant, and they've asked Phillips to stay very central.
Yeah, it seems to be. So it's going to be a throw for St. Mary's. As Signal Hill just organizing themselves at the back for this throw. Morris is going to go with it. He's giving the impression that he's going to try and get it into the box. Certainly does. Head it away. Danger still for Signal Hill, but they now come away with it with the counter attack.
That's well defended.
Really good defending as James was pressing forward. This one headed away. Ball played down. Away goes Trim, but he's brought down, and it's going to be a free kick.
Yeah. Really and truly.
I think the referee is also referee Hood has pulled out a yellow card. So I think a St. Mary's player, who is it? Is it
Shallery?
Shallery, is it?
Yeah.
So yes, it is. She's just waiting for him to stand up, and she's going to show him the yellow card. Well, he can't get up as yet, so she's called for some help for him from the physio.
Yeah, it was an awkward challenge, and I don't think necessarily there was any real malicious intent. I think he tried to play the ball, but was very, very late in coming across and giving cover. And eventually, once that happened, he brought his man down there in Trim. And really and truly, that's probably not what he wanted to do. That's clarification. It's Humphrey.
Yes, not. Yes, Humphrey gets the yellow card and not Shallery. So, yes, Humphrey, number 6, getting the yellow card. Just waiting on confirmation of that. So referee Hood is still there, making sure that he's okay. So it is quite a long delay here with him getting treatment. I'm surprised referee Hood didn't probably get him to come off the field before the treatment, but he's going to have to leave the field now anyway, because the physio is on. There's referee Hood having a long look at the proceedings. As St. Mary's trailing by that goal in the 4th minute, and there is the Yellow card. Being dished out to Humphrey. So there is the yellow card confirmation. Darius Humphrey getting the yellow card. But in the meantime, Signal Hill, they've got a free kick.
In a dangerous position.
Very dangerous position. Let's see who's going to take it. It appears it's going to be Trim, Israel Trim. He could very well look to curl it over the top of the wall. So here is the free kick. Away goes Trim. That's not a good one. Never really, he sort of was leaning back all the time.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and once he was doing that, that ball was never going to come down. And St. Mary's lived to fight on. So this is Shallery going wide towards Roberts. Comes off of Hopkins. The throw taken by Roberts. This time it's going to be the throw going the other way. Signal Hill is going to take the throw. Looking for Hopkins, and it comes off of Roberts, and it's going to be, or is it going to be? I think it's going to be a free kick. No, it's going to be a throw. No, it is going to be a free kick. I thought it was. Well, they're not sure what's happening. I myself not sure what's happening. 1 minute a throw.
But it was a flag point in a whistle blowing.
Yeah.
And hands waving.
I thought there was some sort of appeal for a handle ball. But here is St. Mary's with Phillip. Getting some support from Grant. But they quickly lose possession as James trying to play it wide towards Hopkins. And eventually it's cleared upfield. This is St. Hilaire getting it to Pereira. He goes down that left side. Trim looking to step over the ball. Wasn't able to do that, and it's going to be a throw. So here is St. Mary's. The ball played wide to Wong, but it's won by Pereira. Not sure what he was trying there.
Well, I hope it's not a shot.
I think he looked up, and there was no movement really in the box to play that across. James, of course, was just outside the area. Of course, he will be looking for his 6th goal of the season. 5 goals, Brent. What a good return from 3 games. There's that ball headed forward. It's with Wong. Trim trying to regain possession for Signal Hill, but it's picked up there by Harper. Goes all the way back to Humphrey. This is Shallery. He's going wide towards Roberts. Grant back to Roberts. That's good. Well, then they lose out. The ball is now there with Hopkins. And in fact, a free kick. So Signal Hill with the kick taken quickly. Gets it to Jaden Richardson, the skipper. Plays it to Trim. Back to Richardson. Richardson trying to come in field with it. The shot comes over the bar.
Tell you what, that wasn't far off.
I tell you, Brent, if you look at the goalkeeper, he is normally off his line.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure why.
Well, his starting position, Colin, maybe needs to be a foot or two back, and I don't mind having that argument with the goalkeepers union. And I just think that in that situation, it probably could have been a little bit. He needs to be careful, in other words.
After being beaten once. So it's going to be a corner. The corner close to the keeper. He holds on to it, or did it go back outside? Yes, it seems to have come off the keeper and has gone back out. Came off of keeper Superville, and it's going to be another right-sided corner for Signal Hill. It's going to be taken with the left foot, so you expect it to be curling in. Out comes Superville, he punches it. Oh, that's short. Oh, that's good from this. Looks to be Phillip. Yep. The skipper, Kyle Phillip. And eventually, Grant can't keep it in. It actually comes off of Trim and goes out. Actually came off of Richardson, and it's a throw for St. Mary's. Roberts with the throw. This is Richardson. They're going to play it forward to James, but it's picked up in the midfield and eventually given away. This is Richardson being confronted by two St. Mary's players. It comes to St. Hilaire.
That's good work by
Plays it through to James. James dummies it, goes over, looks up at the referee, but he gets nothing. Richardson towards Williams. The ball to Trim. Cleared back upfield. It's going to come right back at St. Mary's. Richardson with the header. Not a great one. And
I think
ball played out towards St. Hilaire. That's not a great ball, but it's going to be picked up by Morris. He plays it forward to Phillip. Of course, Kyle Phillip, the skipper, was the top goal scorer last year for St. Mary's. He did yeoman service for them, putting away a number of chances. He scored something like 11 times for St. Mary's. So he certainly knows something about putting the ball into the back of the net. Here is Signal Hill looking to come forward with it, but it's one back here at the back by, that's St. Hilaire again. So you have St. Hilaire and Arthur at the back. But in the meantime, another St. Mary's player goes down. It's still 1-0, playing for just over 21 minutes here at the St. Mary's College grounds. And Signal Hill taking an early lead in the 4th minute through Kaleem Trim. Of course, some of the spectators there in the Father Jerry Panton Pavilion. Parents and youngsters who have come to support their schoolmates.
I will expect a cooling break at some point. I don't know if this is the official cooling break that is happening now. It doesn't look, it is. No, it isn't. I thought that would, it's not the cooling break. It looks like referee Hood is continuing on with play. So it's not the official cooling break.
It's extremely hot, Brent.
I thought with that stoppage of play, the cooling break may have been initiated or instigated, but it wasn't.
Well, here's the ball played towards Trim. Pereira is wide here, but they can't get it to Pereira. It's picked up by Wong. Plays that ball forward. St. Hilaire is there. As a matter of fact, it's not St. Hilaire, this is Arthur. This is St. Hilaire now in possession. He goes wide to Williams. Williams plays it down the line, looking, of course, for Hopkins. And it's going to be a throw for Signal Hill. The throw taken quickly. James turns with it nicely, but clearing it upfield is Shallery. It's picked up in the middle by Harper. Gets it to Otley. Ball played further downfield. James in a little bit of a tangle there with Shallery, who comes out on top. Gets it to Otley. Otley plays it wide towards Roberts. It's with Phillip, who's come a little bit more into the midfield to try and get the ball. I haven't seen him in that type of role before, but this is Richardson. They're going to play it wide for Pereira, but he's not going to get there before Wong. Making the run, going up that right side is Morris.
It's a bad run at all. That's a foul.
A foul committed there by St. Hilaire.
Well, it's the first time Morris has gotten forward. And with his run up the park, it of course drew the attentions there of Arthur, who eventually...
Yes, Arthur, not St. Hilaire. You're right, Brent. Arthur was the one who committed the foul. And he gets a yellow card for his troubles. Karen Arthur. there is the yellow card confirmation. Kieran Arthur, the number 13, getting a yellow card. And now they're going to have a cooling break. Brent, you asked for it, Brent. And there is some of the St. Mary's supporters, some of the past students. I'm seeing Ian Brooks there, Brent. And was a former, had 2 sons playing for St. Mary's. He played for my team last year, Brent, the Carib team. But we finished 3rd. Let me let you know. There were 4 teams. There were 4 teams. There were 4 teams in the tournament. We finished 3rd. Got bronze medal. I can bring my bronze medal next week and show you if you'd like proof.
Well, I didn't know that you got medals for finishing 2nd to last.
No. We finished 3rd.
Out of 4 teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we made sure we finished 3rd.
Well, I understand that the oval competition started last night, and I would predict and hope for your sake that you could finish higher up the table.
Well, I didn't play last night. Hey, let's have a look at the goal before I tell you about
wonder,
last
Colin,
night.
if this...
Look at the keeper. Look at him.
I'm aware of his position, but I just wonder if there was a slight deflection around here. Because he was completely beaten by the flight of the football. He never really adjusted his position, and I think once the ball picked up its flight, he just never
got there, did he?
Never got there.
Yeah. Well, it's a free kick for St. Mary's. Alejandro Harper is going to take it. Let's see what he's going to do. He's taking it with that left foot of his. It's too close to the keeper. And Rondell Marcel holds on to it very comfortably indeed. And look at that possession for St. Mary's, 62%. I'm not surprised at that, Brent. They've really dominated so far here today. They've controlled this game, and their pass completion 69 to 52. So signaling total domination, not only in possession but in pass completion.
Yeah, they've had the lion's share of possession, but they certainly looked the more likelier to score to the 2 teams. And they've had a lot of comfortable possession in these sorts of areas, Colin, which I think Coach Cornell Glenn would be disappointed with his charges, because he is trying to be a little bit more compact. But here comes St. Mary's.
And with Wong looking to run at the defenders.
Hard run. Can he get a cross in?
Well,
he's going to get a corner.
Yeah, it seemed to have come off of Arthur. And they've won a corner, which is good. So St. Mary's will have a corner here, and Signal Hill will have some defending to do.
Well, a good run there from Elijah Wong, 18-year-old from Pitti Valley, nicknamed Illy. Of course, his favorite player, Colin, is Eden Hazard. Yes, someone that has tormented your Liverpool team for many a years.
He was at Chelsea, and he left Chelsea and never seemed to be the same player after.
Well, he went on holiday to Spain.
Yeah.
He went holiday in Spain at a club called Real Madrid.
Madrid? Oh, okay.
That's the holiday destination. He certainly didn't play for Real Madrid.
Oh, my word. Is the ball being played wide towards Harper?
Got to deliver it in a
box.
box.
Inside, he goes over, and he wins the foul.
Yeah, and he didn't need to.
And I think another yellow card is going to be handed out. Wow.
Yeah, I just think that...
Morgan, it goes to Jermaine Morgan.
As we have another look at it here, Morgan there in that instance saying just didn't need to make that challenge. I'm not sure why he did, because there were 3 green shirts in and around him, and he inadvertently stopped his progression. But that stretch and the tackle, just don't know why he made the challenge. And now obviously
you've got to defend that.
You've got to defend this free kick.
And Alejandro Harper is going to take it. So he is very much left-footed. Last time he took a kick from this area, it had too much curl on it, and it went straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Here again,
that's not a bad ball.
Good ball. Yep, excellent. Really a good ball, because it was up to the forwards to come in and try to meet it on time. They just couldn't. But you could see goalkeeper Marcel Brent, he was unsure.
Yeah,
he
needed to beat the first man, which he did. And the goalkeeper, give him credit, Marcel, because if he hadn't come, I think it put off the eventual attacker in Shallery, he couldn't get there because he was in two minds, Shallery, the attacker, because of the movement of the goalkeeper, Marcel.
Well,
That was a good ball into the box.
Oh, it certainly was. So, yellow card confirmation there of that yellow card, and Jermaine Morgan. So another player from Signal Hill is into the book. He joins Arthur, Kieran Arthur, into the referee's bad books with a yellow card. But Signal Hill coming away with it through St. Hilaire. He goes wide towards Williams. Williams plays that right back towards Arthur. Arthur, long ball, searching ball there for Hopkins. But it's won by Shallery. He gives it away towards Morgan. And Morgan...
Yeah, it's a cheap foul.
Yeah,
give away.
Yep.
It wasn't going anywhere.
No, Hopkins, his back was to the St. Mary's goal.
Yeah, just needed to send him back the way.
That's right.
St. Mary's are starting to get a little bit of joy, Colin, as it relates to territory up the park and possible chances. And here comes Phillips. He's in with one. Can he finish? Tell you what, that's it.
Oh, wow. That's excellent. Excellent on his part. Minute number 31. The man who scored 11 times last year for St. Mary's has scored again here at his home ground. This is his second goal of the season, and what a good goal. He took it so very well, Brent. Went up that left side, went towards the far corner. Let's have a look.
Yeah, good pace. He set himself up. Not the cleanest of strikes, but it certainly was enough to get by Marcel. That touch set him up. Took a bit of a stutter step. Didn't really get the power behind it. But you don't need power when you've got the right precision. That's exactly what Phillips had. And he is as shivery cold as Cole Palmer and as hush as Marcus Rashford. But most importantly, from a St. Mary's perspective, they're back in it.
They're back in it. Minute number 32. St. Mary's College. They have leveled the proceedings here with Signal Hill through their captain, Kyle Phillip. So it's all to play for now with these two teams. As Signal Hill looking to go down that right side, and eventually it's played out. So you just need to stay connected with the SSFL on the SportsMax app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play to enjoy all the action and news from the league anytime, anywhere. So download the SportsMax app and stay in tune here with the SSFL.
Colin, apparently
No, Brent, please don't go there.
You had last night at the Oval.
Brent, I was not playing last night. I took a night off.
I think that's what your teammates say most times when you play.
Okay, Brent, thank you very much. I really appreciate that one.
But you still have to.
I'm going to invite you. I'm going to invite you an evening when you have a little time. Come and watch.
Quite okay, thanks.
Come and watch some class. Just this, class is class, Brent. You know that. Form is temporary. Here goes. This is Hopkins going down that right
ball.
side.
Good ball in the box. Ooh, what is that hand?
James trying. You could see him trying to just get that shot away, but he had real problems in controlling the ball. And eventually, a player is down. It could be Roberts.
Yeah, he's seemed to be the worst aware. It's not a bad ball in the box. The defense at 6s and 7, but look at this for a good block. As top notch. Because you just feel that if that block was made, Colin, that certainly would have gone into the back of the net.
Yeah, well, or Superville would have had to make a great save.
So you have to credit young James at the back.
Well, what I like about James and Philip, there's some of the crowd here, one or two, a few St. Mary's supporters, they should be a little happier now. I don't know why they look so down. And then the coaching staff of this.
Well, it's the first time I've seen Coach Cornell Glenn sit since the game has started. But already, of course, you would think that some of the things that he would have hoped to have seen in his first half of football, he may have seen snippets of it. Probably not the entirety that he would have liked to have, but you've seen snippets. You've certainly seen a huge emphasis, of course. Former Naparima coach Travis Marine, who's good friends with Cornell Glen. I'm sure he's here to lend his support to his colleague. And I was about to say, Colin, I think the defensive shape has not been bad. The shape overall of the team hasn't been bad.
I think they were caught cold, you know, in minute number 4 when the goal was scored.
Well, it really came out of nothing, didn't it? That shot didn't necessarily look like a shot that you would expect to score from there, but it ended up in the net.
But I think they've settled down nicely since
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Despite scoring, their heads didn't go down. They still
and they
blocked away, and they still. And in these sorts of situations, they've made it difficult for Signal, and now they win it.
And I tell you what, if you have a Kyle Phillip who's a danger, you know, he scores goals. He likes to score goals, Brent. And when you have a guy like that, you just make one slip with him, and he puts it in the back of the net.
Correct.
35 minutes gone here, just 10 minutes left for the half time. And is the
back up on his feet again.
Yes, Cornell Glen.
Of course, there's Coach Richard Hood, his daughter
is the referee.
He's a referee.
Yeah.
Stalwart with Police FC, and of course had a couple stints with our national women's program. We've done well at that as well.
So it's going to be a throw. Roberts with the throw for St. Mary's. Trying to get Phillip going, but it's headed away by Williams. So they've made some progress up that left side, St. Mary's. There is the goal scorer, Kyle Phillip. Away comes Signal Hill. This is Trim trying to find James. James does well.
Really well.
He's got Pereira wide on the left. Well, he's cutting back into a lot of traffic. Has the shot. But couldn't give. Superville stopped it, which is important.
Yeah, had a lot of power behind it. He's just he does such a good job, James, of creating his own opportunities.
Yeah, because he was running back into about 4 or 5 St. Mary's players. And where he had Pereira, I was surprised he didn't use Pereira.
That's a good cross
ball.
Tell you what, he's...
Oh! Puts it over the bar. Grant. He got help from Williams. Williams didn't control it. It went to Grant. He hit it and just couldn't keep it down.
All of a sudden, the St. Mary's team have a bit of belief behind them. They started off with going down a goal very early, and since then, give them credit. They've fought their way back into this football match. And now you'd have to say, Colin, they look the more likely to score.
It'd be interesting to see the possession over the last couple of minutes, because I would think they're probably, if not equal, they've probably just gone ahead of Signal Hill with the possession. But here is the ball being played wide to Wong.
Again.
He was to deliver. Oh, that's a poor. He was thinking of getting it. That's right. He was thinking of it, Brent, and then all of a sudden he decided against it, went up the line, but he put more pressure on himself, and they closed them down.
Yeah. And Wong had found himself in those sorts of situations, and sometimes you just have to deliver a ball into the box and let the defenders make their decisions and deal with it. Yeah.
Well, here's Trim. Going back towards his goal and then plays it downfield. The goal scorer.
That's good
Trim.
work. Good work.
Does well. Plays it forward.
That's good defending.
Away goes Israel Trim. But
Challery was there.
Yep, he was there.
Textbook defending, and what he did right, he just got himself in front of the man and in front of the ball, of course.
So there's just to clarify for our viewers, there's Kaleem Trim, the goal scorer, and then there's Israel Trim. This is Kaleem Trim with the ball, plays it to Hopkins, then to Morgan, back to Hopkins, but intercepting it is Shallery, and he is playing it out for a Signal Hill throw. Coming up to 39 and a half minutes. Still, it's one apiece here at St. Mary's Ground. The shot not with any force, and it trickles into the hands of goalkeeper Superville. Long ball upfield, headed by Arthur. And yes, it came off of Arthur last, so it means that St. Mary's are going to have a throw. Roberts going forward to take it. Looking for Grant. The loose ball goes up towards Phillip. He sends across one time, looking for Wong. Harper gets there. Still Harper. He loses out now. James. But picked up nicely as that ball is played to Morris.
It's a bad ball at all.
Looking for Phillip.
Tell you what.
The shot comes wayward from Harper, and it's going to be a goal kick. That ball was heading to Phillip. It was well intercepted, Brent, by St. Hilaire.
Yeah, and St. Mary's College now asking questions of Signal Hill defensively. Ball into the box there. It's good defense. It's of reactions.
Tell you, if you miss that,
yeah,
St. Mary's would have been ahead.
Of course, the Harper trying his luck from distance. Starting to ask questions, this St. Mary's teams, as this game has gone on.
We are in the final 5 minutes of the first half.
I was about to say, Colin, it's so important that despite they now started to show some offensive impetus, that they don't concede going into the half.
Well, these things always happen, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Well, the ball is with Richardson.
Got to be a bit tighter there in the middle of the park.
Goes wide to Pereira.
Yeah, this is too easy, Colin. Way too easy.
Here's James. Just goes wide. Just goes wide with the shot. He should have done better. He should have hit the target.
Yeah, especially with St. Mary's being as compact as they are, with bodies, you still have to be able to make the tackle and stop the player. Too many times we've seen over the last 10-15 minutes or so, particularly James, he's finding joy in that middle of the park and creating his own chances. That just cannot happen.
This is Morris. Ball played wide towards
That's a good ball.
Trim. This is James, goes past one, sends it across field. This is good, hits the post.
Should have finished.
Hopkins hit the post with that one. Came in nicely. Actually, it was Trim again. It wasn't Hopkins. Looked like Trim who came in and hit the post.
Could be trouble. This could be trouble.
This is James. Oh, he goes wide. Well, he should have hit the target, Brent. As you rightly said, the long ball came. It smelled like a lot of trouble. The loose one came to James. He was wide. He couldn't put it in.
Yeah, both opportunities here. First of all, this is the last opportunity. Just really needed to compose himself. I think Superville was out his way. And then, of course, James wiggling his way into the box, puts it on a platter here. It's got to finish. Instead, the upright denies it. Oh.
Well, it's all happening now. It's all happening here at St. Mary's Ground. Both teams surviving somehow, and this score still remains 1-1.
Well, it's the first time Wong delivers the ball into the box. And goalkeeper Marcel didn't cover himself in glory in trying to stop that cross, a one-handed approach, which he directed into the pathway of Grant, who was coming in at the back post, and really Grant couldn't do much. But it wasn't far away from putting us. We have a look at it here. Good delivery by Wong. Marcel, not the best of approaches, and Grant, not feel he was a bit unfortunate.
I'm not sure what he was trying to do, Brent. He should have punched that ball as far as he could have.
Well,
but he was, he sort of just patted it. Oh, well, just have about a minute and a half to the halftime whistle. We understand that there's going to be 3 minutes of added on time. But here is Signal Hill looking to go forward now. Wong wins it. Tries to get it to Harper. Phillip comes back. Again, tackles flying in, but Signal Hill keep possession. It's with Arthur. Sorry, that is not Arthur, that's Pereira. He plays it to St. Hilaire. No, it's Arthur. Goes wide towards Pereira.
That's well defended.
And they have a throw. St. Mary's, Morris. have yet another throw.
I think if you offered Conan Glenn a 1-1 scoreline going into the halfway, he would have taken it.
Happy, yeah.
Yeah. And so, despite the things that may have gone wrong for them in this half, the scoreline still suggests that they're very much into this fixture. Very much still have a chance.
Hasn't been a bad half. After they conceded, they grew more into the game, and they certainly, I think they deserve to be level at halftime.
Yeah.
I mean, both teams have had chances, but I think a 1-1 halftime scoreline is good.
I think Signal Hill may argue the fact that hitting the post and one or two of those clear-cut opportunities, they should have been ahead.
Well, there is the 3 minutes of added on time as signaled by the fourth official. This is Arthur, goes wide to Pereira. Wong intercepts, gets a good ball from Philip. He's looking to have a crack. Oh my word!
Right before. And I think it was the right decision to shoot, because Marcel was always backpedaling onto his line. And
he didn't have any support.
No, he didn't have any support. So I think having a shot was the right idea. But in his defense, Wong that is, there looked to be a slight bubble right before he made impact with the ball.
Well, we are into the 3 minutes of added on time. Signal Hill trying to change the scoreline now to go back in at least ahead at half-time. It's played out to Trim. He can't control it. And a foul committed. Referee brings the play back. Here is Signal Hill again, through Hopkins. Philip turns his man. Then it comes off of him. It's probably going to run out. No, it does not. It's but Philip is fighting for this ball. I tell you what,
He's done well.
he's done very
Really
well.
well.
He was run a throw. There's referee Hood, Charlize Hood, and Richard Hood. So he must be very proud to see his daughter take charge of this game. And I know you will be looking very closely at her, Brent, to identify any mistakes she makes.
I've taken a sabbatical in
Have you?
looking after referees.
Have you? For this is for the 24-25 season?
Yes. Actually, it was last season as well, but you didn't take notice.
Oh, I didn't. Here is Grant going up that left side. Around comes St. Hilaire. He puts it out, and it's going to be a through for St. Mary's. 1-1 still.
You'd have to think this is the last action of the game.
It would be. Because probably could be the last throw of the dice in the first half, where the... So let's have a look at this throw. Headed away, and referee Hood blows the whistle to indicate that we've come to the end of the first half. A pretty even first half, Brent. But at the end of it, neither team could be separated. It's Signal Hill won, the goal scored by Trim, and St. Mary's won, the goal scored by Philip. We'll take a break and come back at the St. Mary's ground.
You're watching coverage of Secondary Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta. 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play.
gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first.
Totally Male has been around since 1994. Our primary focus is the aesthetic upgrading of all males. Our highly skilled team of women are trained, professional, and committed to first-class customer service. Centrally located at 6 Windsor Avenue, New Kingston, Jamaica. Totally Male is your man cave, where we offer cable, private rooms, and a beverage of your choice while you're being pampered. Totally Male, a woman's touch for the exceptional man.
On Sunday, the second T20 between Australia and New Zealand women gets going. 4:10 a.m. in Jamaica, 5:10 in the Eastern Caribbean on SportsMax 2 and SportsMax Cricket on the app. Elevate your viewing. Download the SportsMax app today. You're watching coverage of Secondary Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta. 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play.
So the referee Hood was the one in charge of the proceedings, and there we go. And Signal Hill quickly getting into the action, and the shot, a long-range shot coming from Kaleem Trim, the goalkeeper. Superville was off his line. He was beaten all ends up as that ball went over his head. He didn't even try to get to it. He moved sideways. He should have been going backwards and trying to tip it over the bar. But before you knew what was happening, after 4 minutes, Signal Hill took the lead, and then they kept coming at St. Mary's. This was a shot coming there from Hopkins, who was weaving his way through the defense. Had the shot, you thought he should have hit the target. And then this was Trim, Josiah Trim this time, going over the bar from a free kick. Corner taken. So St. Mary's was really being put under some pressure. Signal Hills was looking for that second go-ahead goal. St. Mary's, however, they had their moments. A free kick here, taken by Harper, not a good one. It was curling with that left foot, but going too close to the keeper. Then he sent one that had keeper Marcel thinking about it. He was coming with a little bit late, but the ball could not have been put into the back of the net by Shallery. But then the run from Phillip, the skipper, Kyle Phillip, went up that left side. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. He looked up, he saw the keeper at first post. He went into the far post. Wasn't a great shot, but the placement was what counted. It went nestled into the far corner, and before you knew it, St. Mary's had come right back into this game at 1-1. Let's have a look at the stats. Look at it, 8 shots to 6. Then 2 shots on target for St. Mary's, 1 for Signal Hill. 8 fouls to 2, 2 yellow cards to Signal Hill, 1 to St. Mary's, 2 corners to 1. And look at the possession. I'm a little surprised at that. I thought St. Mary's was much more into the game, but the possession tells me that Signal Hill has 62% as opposed to 38 from St. Mary's. Runs into the box, 5-3. That's the stats, that's the highlights. Let's cross over to Hans.
Well, thank you very much. Colin Murray here with supporters. 1 supporter for CIC, 1 supporter for Signal Hill. Sean, tell me something. How you feel about CIC's performance this year? 1 win against Miracle Ministries, 2 losses. I mean, what do you make of it?
Well, so far this season, 2 early losses, and we got a win against Miracle Ministry. We start off slow due to little teething problems with keepers, transfers and things. It's a young team. Team basically is 15, 16 and 14-year-old, and I think start off rocky, but we'll have some improvements.
So you think you have it today?
I'll win today.
He says, I'll win today. What do you have to say about that, Jedi? I used to play for the team, so...
Well, overall this year I find we improved from since last year as I was playing in Tobago. And since we come over Trinidad, I see the improvement. Me as the captain before, I see improvement and I feel we can win this year.
Guys, prediction for final score?
3-2.
3-2?
2-1 St. Mary's.
2-1 St. Mary's. Well, we'll see what happens. Let's look at some of the strategies that were employed in the first half. Brent Sancho and Colin Murray, they've got the board.
The predictions are out, Brent. The predictions are out. But let's have a look at these two teams, how they played. I liked the St. Mary's formation. I liked Signal Hill, how they were coming forward. But what was nice about both teams, they were trying to go wide.
Oh, we have the board that you brought.
No, I didn't bring that board. No, I didn't bring that board.
Well, you can tell
that looks
this
like a nursery school
It
board.
looks like a board from back in your day, of course, with the dim lights. Anyhow, the red, of course, typifies St. Mary's College. The yellow is Signal Hill. We asked the question on of course, Cornell Glenn coming in, 2 days of preparation. What are some of the things he would look at as a coach, a new coach coming in, and that is stopping the bleeding?
Yeah.
They've conceded 10 goals in 3 games, so defensively with the 2 centre-halves playing here, of course, the 2 holding midfielders, you want to be nice and compact, calling the 3 tucking in here, and of course, Philip up front.
Yeah.
What they want to do is protect both vertically and horizontally and making sure and diminishing the amount of space in here. The challenge they had, Colin, in the first half, they still allowed a lot of space in here.
That's right.
Particular James found his way a lot of times in these sorts of areas. And although they were blue and white shirts in and around, they still were not able to stop him from having a shot. I think certainly, Colin, that's going to be one of the things that Coach Cornell Glenn is going to discuss to make sure that they put themselves in layers to make sure that even if he breaks this tackle, there's always a player close by to make sure to stop the shots and goal.
And Brent, that's the job of these two guys.
Yeah.
They are there to protect these guys, and you know they weren't doing it in the first half. But it's so far it's you know, after you think 4 minutes that they scored, I thought, oh boy, here
it's
we
going to
go
open
again.
up. Yeah, and the spaces were there, and we saw in a couple instances, Shallery came across. You would have liked to seen your holding midfielder stepping into this situation, your defensive midfielder, because he's playing with a double pivot, James and Otley, and you would have, of course, your centre half coming across in the wing back again, still making it nice and compact. But again, the complaints in some minutes within, I did say that it hasn't been a perfect half of football for Cornell Glenn and his charges. However, he'll be happy with some of the instances. One of the instances he's not going to be happy with is a little bit of space and allowances he's have front. And when he's breaking forward, he's getting a little bit of joy from Wong in particular on this side. And I saw him remonstrating to Philip. He just need him to be in the box so when Wong delivers.
And don't forget, he's got Grant coming down here
on
as
the
well.
other side. He needs to get into these sorts of areas when the ball is coming into the box and the support comes with the team. But I think all in all, from what we've seen from St. Mary's College and new coach Cornell Glenn, is exactly what we expected. Try to be nice and compact, try to be good and defensive, solidify defensively to make sure that they don't give away goals. I think they would have I would have given them a passing grade so far, but certainly in the second half they would want to improve.
Yeah, they would want to improve. They've got, as you rightly said, 1 or 2 little mistakes there in the middle that they've got to look at that. But of course, you can catch all the action on the SportsMax app, all the SSFL's action here on the SportsMax app, and you can download it and. Not only this game, but you will see all the other games that we bring. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we've heard the prediction, 3-2 Signal Hill, and then 2-1 St. Mary's. Let's wait and see. Maybe it might be a 2-all draw.
Well done.
What did you say? What did you say? You're talking to Brent Sancho about that? All right, good.
You're watching coverage of Secondary Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta. 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play.
You gave us the inspiration to be first. We gave you the solutions that put you first. You trusted us with your vision. We paved the way with innovation. You walked with us side by side, and we continue to serve you with pride. First Citizens is proud of everything we've achieved together. We made dreams a reality, shaped success stories, and painted brighter futures. And together, we'll accomplish so much more. First Citizens, we put you first.
the Caribbean's best young gymnasts descend on Jamaica's National Indoor Sports Centre for Carifta Gymnastics the 29th and 30th of November. Be there or watch live on SportsMax. Unlock SportsMax. Get the app today.
It's cricket, lovely cricket on Sunday, September 22. The Royals tackle the St. Lucia Kings in the early morning match, while TKR go up against the Patriots in the evening slot. Both matches will be live on SportsMax and SportsMax Cricket on the app. Unlock SportsMax. Get the app today.
You're watching coverage of Secondary Schools Football League, brought to you by Carib Malta. 0.0% alcohol. It's the way we play.
Trees, as the usual we see in St. Mary's Ground. A very picturesque ground, of course, St. Mary's Ground, and you look to the right, the Northern Range, and it is a really, and one thing we have not spoken about is the outfield. The outfield looks in good condition. It's well grassed. The ball is running on nicely. So that's really good. There are the officials making their way to the middle. The St. Mary's team, they have already come out. We're yet to see Signal Hill. They have not made their way out as yet. But there are the officials, the two assistant referees together with the referee Charlize Hood. Of course, she is the daughter of the former police and the women's national coach, Richard Hood. As photographers taking some pictures. I wonder if he's taking a picture of us, Brent.
I'm not sure. I don't think his...
Because I didn't smile. I didn't realize he was taking a picture. There is... Again, even the babies are here to watch the game.
Well, yeah, I think from a St. Mary's College perspective, they would want more of the same with some bit of improvement in some areas. And certainly, Colin, try to get some more numbers going forward.
I tell you what, Brent, I think they've got to start fast in the second half. As I said, I thought...
They can't afford to start that they've had.
Exactly. They were very...
in the first half.
Yeah, they were lethargic.
Took a while to get into it.
So I think they've got one thing that Cornell Glen will have to say to them is, guys, no time to relax. They've got to start fast and put them under pressure. We have a substitute there. Looks to be... we'll just give you the substitution in a minute. I know Watkins is the man on, and off is Israel Trim. So Watkins for Trim. So confirmation there of the substitution. Watkins for Trim. As St. Mary's with the throw. Heads go up. And shot banging off of the defender. And then another shot coming. They're appealing for handball. Referee has given it. She's also given it. Now they were appealing. She took a little while. And then she looked around and she said, you know what? The distance from this, there was a handball. And it means that St. Mary's, they have a penalty in minute number 47.
Yeah, once the ball came here, I tell you what, that's a tough call, Colin. I'm looking at...
Look at the distance, though, Brent.
No, I'm looking at the positioning. Did it hit the right hand, or was it the hand behind the back?
Yeah, well, we'll have to look at that. We'll have to look at that again. Kyle Phillip, however, is going to take the penalty as expected, the skipper.
Well, you talk about a fast start, Colin. This is as fast a start you can get.
Well, ideal for St. Mary's. This is what they would have wanted. And Phillip is looking for his third goal of the season.
How crucial is this kick?
Well, he makes his way back. And this is Philip. That's in the back of the net. That's a good penalty. The keeper went the right way, but the power behind it, it nestled into the corner of the net. And Philip has given St. Mary's the lead in minute number 47. 2-1. St. Mary's take the lead here.
About the right start. As we have another look at it here, it hits the left hand and not the extended right hand. And that's exactly why I figured it was a difficult or harsh call. Take nothing away from the placement of the penalty. It's a good one.
So Signal Hill suddenly, after being in the lead after 4 minutes, they find themselves behind here at St. Mary's ground. What a good start for Cornell Glen. Well, this is Philip. Otley trying to get possession, but the loose ball's picked up by Wong. He plays it infield. This is Wong. He gets it back, flicks it down the line towards Morris. And Philip trying all sorts of things now. This is Otley. Ball played wide, but it's intercepted by Hopkins. Plays it in field. This is Richardson.
It's good intercept, well intercepted there.
Yeah, but the Signal Hill looking to regain possession, but it goes to Wong, and he can't keep it in. In fact, it came off of the Signal Hill player, and Morris is going to take this throw. But it's going to be interesting, Brent. I would love to see the penalty decision again.
Because I'm looking at the right hand of the defender, which is where the ball was struck. Or the left hand, sorry. That was behind his back. The right hand was the extended one, and I don't think that's where the ball hit.
Well, I tell you what, if that hit his left hand and it was behind his back, then would be a very harsh penalty. If it did hit his right hand, outstretched right hand, then I don't think you would have an argument. But here is a right-sided corner. Harper is going to take it. Curls it in, but it's headed away for yet another corner.
Man, I think all of a sudden now the body language of the Signal Hill players is one of course, unhappy, and heads are down.
Here is the corner, this time taken with the right foot.
As he could finish.
Interesting effort there, taking on the volley. Going down that left side is Roberts. Still Roberts.
Done very well.
Lovely cross. This is Wong. But a good tackle coming in from Pereira. But it's won back here by St. Mary's as they come forward with it now. This is Otley. He's got Roberts wide. Roberts plays a good ball down the left side, looking for Grant. He can't get it. And it goes out of play. It's going to be a goal kick for Signal Hill. So it's going to be a goal kick for Signal Hill. Just about 5 minutes gone in the second half. As this time it's a substitute, Watkins. Looking to play it in field, gets a return ball, but goalkeeper Superville
gets there.
Yep. Took a while.
I was about to say, it took a while to make that decision. Certainly in two minds about it. Eventually he gets there.
So Superville goes long, looking for Philip. Ball played wide towards Hopkins, but Roberts wins it, but he gives it away.
Excellent.
Gives it away there to St. Hilaire, but let's have a look. This is Roberts, back in possession. Plays that ball down the
right
side.
idea. It's the right idea. Just poor execution. But
let's have a look.
Yeah, Colin. Let's have a look. Look at the hand in which it hit. Right here.
Oh, I see what you mean.
His hand is next to his side.
Hand next to his side. Yeah.
And in referee's terminology, you call a natural position, and not an unnatural position.
I thought it hit the right hand, but it hit the left hand.
Yeah,
and his hand was tucked in.
Tucked right in.
Yeah.
So
that's harsh.
That would be considered very, very harsh.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if the positioning of
No.
if she was able to see, if she's able to see that clearly as we have. Of course, I always say that we have the luxury.
Oh yeah, of having
of
replays.
several replays.
We needed 3, didn't we? But I tell you what, Brent. What about the distance? Now, there was quite a distance between the shot being taken and the defender it hit. Now, when he saw it coming, could he have moved his hand down to his side?
No, I think once his hand is tucked to his
and that's it. Once
body,
his hand is tucked in.
Yeah, it's tucked to his side. He can't be called. Because then it becomes anything outside of the frame of the body becomes an unnatural position. It wasn't unnatural.
Yeah.
It was in his natural position, which is next to his side. That's why defenders put their hands behind their back or put it to the sides or in front of them, which you can't do. That there being struck at the front of him is very harsh because his hands is on his body.
Well, it's going to be a free kick. There was Grant getting in front of the ball. He's lucky to get away with that because you can't do that. But referee Hood decided not to penalize him because as the free kick was about to be taken, he actually ran in front of the kicker. Didn't allow him to take the kick. But here is Arthur to St. Hilaire. Back to St. Hilaire, back to Arthur. And it comes off of St. Mary's player, and it's going to be a throw for Signal Hill. They trail by 2-1. 53 and a half minutes gone here in this encounter. Richardson plays a good ball in field towards Watkins. He gets the return ball, and eventually it comes off of Wong, and it's going to be a throw. The throw sent upfield looking for Watkins. Headed forward by Morris. Eventually, Phillip is there. He loses out. Winning it was Richardson. Has to go all the way back towards Arthur. This is St. Hilaire. So Brent, let's maybe we could look at that award of the penalty, because the rule basically states that a penalty is typically not awarded if the ball hits a player's hand or arm when it is in a natural position against their body. According to the current International Football Association board laws of the game, for a handball to be penalized, the player's hand or arm usually needs to be in an unnatural position, such as away from the body, making the body unnaturally bigger or deliberately moving the hand towards the ball. And you have to say that at the time the ball hit the defender, I think at the time it was St. Hilaire, his hand, his left hand where the ball hit, was tucked into his body.
Yeah, and it obviously engages the point that you made about the distance.
The distance, yeah.
Because obviously you alluded to the fact that it did hit his hand. But as mentioned in what you just read, rightfully read, as it relates to, of course, the rules of the game, it has to be in an unnatural position. And once your hands are against your body, that's very much considered a natural position.
Well, Signal Hill, they've got a free kick. So they've got to come from behind. And let's see who's going to line up to take this free kick. I would think Richardson should be one there. But there's goalkeeper Superville asking for the wall to quickly form themselves. Morgan seems to be also there. We haven't seen James much in the second half.
Not at all. It's gone very quiet.
It's true, we've only been playing for 10 minutes, but still.
Well, he would have scored, but it would have been very lively in the first 5 minutes of the first half.
Well, here is the free kick.
That's not a bad effort.
Just wide.
What?
Just wide.
I'm looking at Superville's reaction, and he did seem like he was scrambling to get across.
Well, it was Morgan with the free kick. Let's have a look, Brent.
Yeah, it gets over the wall. And Superville had to scramble to his right. Certainly had the power to beat him, but the direction was not there.
Here comes Signal Hill again. They're starting to look for this equalizer. The ball played wide towards
So they give it back in a 1-2.
Hopkins, but away comes St. Mary's. This is Grant. Looking to play it infield. Trying to maybe get Phillip. He gets the tackling and wins the ball back. Still going, but finally he stopped. And Hopkins playing the ball infield. Gets it again, Hopkins. And is he brought down? No, says the referee. Grant wins it, but Hopkins does well. Well, a real tussle here for the ball. And eventually Grant kicks it off of Trim, Kaleem Trim, and they get a throw. Roberts with the throw. Comes right back to Roberts, sends it in field, but too close to the keeper. Keeper Rondell Marcel, and he bowls that out onto the left side. Away goes Signal Hill. Watkins going up the left side, but it's well intercepted. This time he's going to get it. Watkins, he plays it in field.
Give it back to him.
Let's see. They decide to come out to this right side to Hopkins. Hopkins looking to cut in field with it. As the shot! What a goal! Minute 59. Hopkins. Antonio Hopkins has leveled it for Signal Hill. He cut inside nicely, went to the far post. Superville had to make a couple steps, dive to right, couldn't hold on.
Well, again, a lot of blue and white shirts in attendance, but none was able to stop the shot for Hopkins. Cuts inside and gets a lot of bend onto it. Knew exactly where he wanted to place that ball. And that's exactly where the ball was placed. Superville beaten and all ends up maybe calling the St. Mary's defenders. Could have been a bit closer in attendance, but take nothing away from Hopkins. Terrific finish now.
So St. Mary's 2, Signal Hill 2, Brent, and coming up to the hour mark. So this could really be a thrilling one. I'm thinking there may be another goal or two in this.
Well, he'd be a brave man to suggest not. I just felt for a second as we see Mokarapo, East Mokarapo staff, Neil Saunders in attendance. I don't think they had a game today. I'm not sure why he's here.
Yeah, maybe it was postponed. I think their game was postponed actually. I think
against Speyside.
Yeah, I think I saw somewhere where their game was being rescheduled in a release or something like that.
That's correct.
Well, player is back up as St. Mary's. Got to do it all again. So it's at the back for St. Mary's. It's with Morris. What is he going to do? Send it downfield, but not a great kick. And it's going to be a throw for Signal Hill.
Well, that game for East Mokarapo against Speyside has been postponed, and confirmation on when that game will be played has not been sent out just as yet. So Dale Saunders and his staff can enjoy taking in a game this afternoon and not having to worry about being part of a game or coaching a game.
Well, here is Signal Hill trying to regroup. Oh, they give it away. Grant is going to get that run going down that left side. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. It's going to be a throw for Signal Hill. 2 goals apiece. Signal Hill opened the scoring in minute number 4 through Kaleem Trim. And then the equalizer was made by Kyle Phillip for St. Mary's, a really good equalizer. And they went in at the half at 1-1, and since then, in the 47th minute, Kyle Phillip made it 2-0 with a penalty, and then Hopkins, with probably the goal of the match, cut inside nicely in minute number 59 and just went for the far corner, curled it beautifully, and it's since then it's 2-2, and who can go on to get the winner here? We'll wait and see. As this is Wong, has to go back. Ball played. St. Mary's coming from right to left. I'm not sure what Roberts was doing, but he fell over, and the referee immediately has blown for a free kick. Foul committed by the goal scorer, who equalized for Signal Hill, Hopkins.
I think the hope is for Harper to put that ball right on the penalty spot like he did in the first half and try to tempt goalkeeper Marcel to vacate his line. That's a good ball.
Goes for it. This could be a chance. Oh!
Excellent. And he was onside. There was no
hat trick. The flag is up.
Well, the flag is up.
But what a great ball. What a great finish. It will not count.
Yeah, and I just wonder, Colin, again, if he was offside, because I'm looking at the run, which was made quite late. As we have
a
look at it.
He went early. He did seem to go early.
Well, you probably have if we can have that replay again, you have to look at the kick, when the kick was made, and whether or not it was done in a situation where both Phillips and, of course, Wong, I think both who were in attendance, if they were in an offside position. Just not sold on that, Colin, really not.
I tell you what a good ball, what a good finish, though.
Yeah, and we talked about where he needed to put the ball.
That's right.
And that's exactly what he did.
I think he went there.
That's a mistake.
Here's another chance, though, for Signal Hill.
That's a poor strike. It's got to stop the shot.
Oh, the keeper went down well. The shot coming from Morgan, and the keeper went down well.
Yeah, have another look at it, Colin. I'm not sure he's offside. I'm really not sure, because I'm looking at where Philip left from, and I'm looking at the closest defender there that looks like St. Hilaire. You would have had to draw the lines for me.
Yeah, here goes Grant, however.
That's a good touch. Can he finish?
Nope.
Well defended.
Well defended. Signal Hill.
Yeah, because
it's a foul.
I just looked at. I'm just looking at when St. Hilaire started to backpedal towards his goal, and when Philip left his position to try to get into the box. I would say they left around the same time. But again, the AR on that side, Commodore, he has a much better look than I does, because he's looking across the line.
That's right. But did seem to go early. But you know,
well, I would
not
say,
in line.
Colin, I would say the defender left early as well.
Yeah, well.
St. Hilaire.
Yeah. But because we're not really in line, it's difficult.
You hear it now that Malik.
They're leading by 1-0 against.
Well, you did say to keep eye on Malik, but well, here comes a free kick again, Colin.
Yep.
In an identical position.
With Harper. Philip has got to be careful.
But he's in an offside position. He's doing the right thing.
They go again.
Ball again.
And Philip was trying a bicycle there.
Why? It's no need. It's already in a dangerous position. Let the Signal Hill defenders deal with it. But instead, they've been bailed out.
Well, that's a long ball, searching ball for Morgan.
He's got to deal with it.
Well,
he's done the right thing.
He's played it out. He realized he was under pressure from Morgan, who was coming in at the back of him. That was Humphrey. And Trinity College East leading by 2-0.
Yeah, they've taken the lead, Trinity College East, and tell you what, that's another team who are desperate for points, Colin. And
yep, they are.
They're up against San Juan North. Wow. Go off to lose that one, yes. Yeah. San Juan North, of course, surprisingly losing to this Signal Hill team in Tobago. Well, you see that surprising going to Tobago to play. It's always
never easy.
Difficult
Here
proposition.
is the corner to the far post, headed back across goal. And the shot comes. Finally, St. Mary's got it away. Kick downfield by Grant, but to no one in part. Grant, sorry, is the one chasing.
Tell you what. That's a good header by Phillips.
Arthur was there, but
Still battling away.
yeah, Grant. Eventually, the ball is played wide towards Pereira.
It's got to stop the play. That's, Philip is still down. It's brave of him to try to go after that.
He is down, and Grant is also down.
Well, we have scores from the presentation Fatima College game. Colin, 0-0 so far. Expected that one to be a tight affair. Malik, though, if they continue on this pathway,
They could be top of.
They will be, not will be, could be. They will be top of the league come Sunday morning coffee.
Yeah, very.
And who would have thought after 4 rounds of football,
Malik would have been in the lead.
top? Yeah, not one of the teams. As we see another collision there, Philippine exceedingly brave collision with Arthur. Eventually,
Seem to have a cooling break now, Brent, because both teams are making their way over to their respective benches.
perfect time to call it. Good decision by referee Hood. And it's really looking at the next 20 minutes or so. It could be anyone's game, you'd have to suggest, Colin, because it's been that sort of second half.
It's difficult. It's a difficult one to predict. I mean, you look at Signal Hill going forward. You know, at times they seem very dangerous. St. Mary's, on the other hand, when they go wide and they try to release Philip, they then look dangerous. So it's, you know, this game is basically both teams can go on to win this. It's very, very difficult to predict.
And you'd have to say, Colin, that as it relates to St. Mary's College and having a new coach and trying to settle into what his demands is, if they would be happy, as I said in the first half, with a lot of what they've done, a big body of the work. From a Signal Hill perspective, I think they'll be a little bit disappointed in some of the chances, Colin, that they created in the first half, and they weren't able to execute on.
Well, Grant is making his way off, and it appears that Manswell is coming on. So Grant is off, and Manswell is the man coming on to replace him. So there is the sub-confirmation, Manswell on for Grant. So we back underway here. It's with St. Hilaire. He gives it back to Arthur. He goes wide to Pereira, as looks like Richardson with a long searching ball. They have to deal with it, but they haven't really dealt with it that well. And eventually it goes out of play, and it's going to be a corner. Hopkins was given chase and allowed it to run out for a corner, so it means that Signal Hill.
I think St. Mary's have to be on their toes and their guard. The last 2 balls delivered into the box. What the most convincing defensively?
Here is the left-sided corner.
It's a lot of height in that.
And the heads go up. Eventually cleared away. Philip is back there helping out the defense.
He's done well, Philip. He's done really well. Excellent.
All the way back to his goalkeeper, Superville.
Tell you what, don't like it, Colin.
Well, he survived, but it means that Signal is going to come back at him.
It's coming again.
Wow. Here is the shot. Not a great one. It spliced off the boot. And eventually Harper, in a real tussle with Morgan, goes wide towards Pereira.
It's offside.
This is Watkins.
It's not.
Eventually it's played downfield, but it's going to come back again. Signal Hill dominating the last few minutes. We are into 71 minutes of this game.
Looks like Harper has worked very hard in the middle of the park. Case of the cramp. Can only presume that is the situation.
It's a good time to tell you need to stay connected with the SSFL on the SportsMax app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play to enjoy all the action and news from the league anytime, anywhere. So stay connected with the football on the SportsMax app. As players still down. There is the Signal Hill coach. And spare is Downey Marcel is spare a moment for his thoughts. What he would be thinking now is he's seen his side get back in the game through Hopkins to make it 2-2. He must be thinking maybe we can go on to get the winner.
You wonder what that man's thinking and his experienced coaching staff. Are they going to try to turn the pendulum their way? As I said, Colin, coming out of the cooling break, it's tough to suggest who would go on and win it.
Well, Harper was the man down. He is up, which is good.
He's up 2-0, Colin. And of course, this game we're doing.
Benedict's leading Naparima.
1-0.
1-0. That's
that was a crucial game for both teams.
President Fatima battling out that goalless. Miracle Ministries. Well, they're holding QRC goalless. Yeah, and we did see Malik leading Arima North by 1-0.
Yeah, that's another crucial fixture in the grand scheme of things as well. You have to see what Malik has been able to do so far this season is quite good. If my memory serves me right, Colin, they also started very well last year.
And faded away, didn't they?
And they faded away at the end.
Yeah.
It was certainly enough to keep them, and that, Colin, is a first versus second battle. Just for context, Arima currently occupying pole position and Malik right behind them. Both teams locked on 7 points.
And St. Benedict's have started to, they may have got some of their player yellow card. I'm not sure who the yellow card was handed to. It looks to be James. So yes, it is number 4. Christian James was given the yellow card for delaying the free kick. So there is the yellow card. Actually, it's number 23 and not James. I thought for a moment it was James, but it's Shallery who got the yellow card. What a shot, and that takes a deflection and went over the bar. Oh boy, he hit that with everything. That was James. We haven't seen much of him in the game in the second half, but Kyle James, he hit that free kick really powerfully, and it took a deflection and went over the bar. Well, we see a couple substitutions are being made. So, the corner goes to the far post, and it's well. The ball flicked off the head of the defender, and at that back post coming in,
like Arthur.
Yeah, it was Arthur, and he should have put it into the back of the net, and he hit the side netting. Well.
Actually, St. Hilaire.
It was St. Hilaire, yeah, not Arthur, it's number 4, St. Hilaire. We see substitution being made. Harper is coming off for St. Mary's.
Yeah, he was struggling, wasn't he?
And Ishan Miller is the man coming on. So Miller for Harper, as that ball sent back upfield, headed down by Shallery. Going wide with it was Hopkins, but he couldn't keep it in. 76 minutes gone here at St. Mary's ground. Long ball coming across. Handball? Yes, says the referee. She's blown the whistle for a handle ball by Manswell. And free kick quickly taken. This is Richardson going wide towards Pereira. They have to go all the way back. So this is Manswell going down the, going to be a throw. No one really trying to get control of that ball, and then it's banged upfield.
It's got to deal with it.
There was Watkins trying to go through. This is James.
Well defended.
Still James in control.
Stand him up, don't let him get onto that left foot.
Eventually it goes to Richardson. He can't control it. It's sent downfield, headed right back up. It seems that Philip has dropped
into the midfield.
Dropped into the midfield. See, again, Brent, I'm not too sure I like something like that. You got your best goal scorer. You need a goal to win the game. Here comes St. Mary's.
A good ball.
Goes towards Manswell. He tries to bring it down. Manswell! Oh! He tried to do a little too much. He should have hit it on the volley. Take the opportunity and run onto it and smack it into the back of the net. He tried to bring it down. He wanted all the time in the world. He just didn't have it. This is Manswell again. But that's a good tackle coming in from Otley. But we see Williams holding onto his knee. And let's see what the referee is calling the physio onto the field.
Yeah, it does look like he's in a considerable spot of bother. Man Williams, he's been accompanied on the ground there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure that has gone down.
It's a fair tackle.
Yeah.
And then that one coming in there, you would say that was hard but fair.
Yeah, that was Otley putting in the tackle. I'm wondering if Otley is the man down as well, the St. Mary's player, because he crashed into Williams. Williams is getting treatment. There's goalkeeper Marcel. Hasn't had much to do, Brent, but yet he's picked the ball out the back of the net twice.
Yeah.
He's had one or two little anxious moments, but I thought in general he was good. And you see the St. Mary's technical staff there. We see another substitution is being made. It appears that St. Mary's is going to make another substitution, or is it Signal Hill?
Booty.
Yeah. Well, Morgan seems to be going off. And coming on to replace him is Wilson. So Wilson on for Morgan. Not sure if St. Mary's looking to make a substitution as well. Otley is making his way off. And coming on is Garcia. So Otley off, Garcia on. So both teams making their fair number of solutions, and right away Garcia gets possession, but he plays it back towards Humphrey. Eventually Signal will take control of the game again. Hopkins going up that right side was Williams. He decided against it and played it back towards St. Hilaire. Booted downfield. Heads go up. Eventually, no one in control, but Philip gives away and the free kick taken quickly. In fact, it comes off of Pereira. St. Mary's making some headway going down that right side. We are into the final 10 minutes. Here is a confirmation of the substitution. Trim is off and Marshall is on. And then Morgan is off, Wilson is on. Also, Garcia is on, Otley is off for St. Mary's.
Just wonder, Colin, which set of players wants this more.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to that desire that drives you at this juncture of the game.
Another substitute. So the substitutes coming. Hopkins is off.
Mills.
And is it Mills? Yep, Mills is the man coming on. So the substitutions coming fast here as St. Mary's going on that right side. The cross comes.
Got to deal with it.
And there was St. Hilaire heading it away. This is James.
Yeah, he wants to get in on that right foot.
Going up that right side here is Williams, but he can't get it.
Just needed to be a little bit more composed and to make that pass. And down in when you get to these sorts of minutes in the game, quality.
Philip can't get it. Eventually, Manswell picks it up, and they're appealing for the throw signal, and they get it.
Can they mount enough of a momentum signal to start putting this St. Mary's team under some pressure? That's what they would want.
Williams with the throw was looking for Mills, but here's Williams again with the header. James twisting and turning with it. Eventually, Roberts
that's what they have.
hangs it away from as far as possible. Sends it back upfield, but St. Mary's are going to come at Signal Hill, but they slow things down. They gain possession. Looking there to get Mills going. Again, St. Mary's quite happy to kick the ball downfield out of their area or out of the half. Oh, that's a good win.
It's a good ball.
Ball play to Manswell. That's what. Oh. Cross wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
But there was Arthur just getting in the way and clearing it for a corner for Signal Hill, for St. Mary's, sorry.
I just felt Colin Watkins on the right-hand side probably could have gambled inwards a bit in anticipation of the cross. He held his width on the right side from that left-sided cross. He just probably needed to get into the box.
Well, here is the corner. Let's see. They're going to look to maybe go far post.
Sorry, that was Defoe Colin on the right-hand side. The substitute who's about to take the corner.
Yep, here he is. With the corner, not a bad one. The heads go up. And it comes off of Defoe. Sorry, that's Miller, not Defoe. But here is the SportsMax moment. This is Hopkins cutting inside, curling it into the far corner. That was the equalizer to make it 2-2. What a good goal from Hopkins. Got enough curl on it to beat the outstretched hand of the goalkeeper, Superville. That was your SportsMax that moment. So we could just coming up to 86 minutes on the clock, just about four minutes left. Free kick for Signal Hill. There is Coach Marcel bellowing some instructions. He wants a winner. He wants 3 points. He wants to leave here with 3 points. One is not good enough. Ball set back upfield. Giving chase is Mills. He can't keep it in. In fact, it came off of Mills. It's going to be a goal kick for St. Mary's. So the kick taken. This is Richardson. Miller trying to get the better of him, and foul committed on Miller, and it's going to be a free kick for St. Mary's. 2-2 at the moment. 87 minutes gone here. So here is the free kick for St. Mary's. Not a good one, and it's picked up by Signal Hill as they come forward with it. It's a good ball. Oh, that's a strong challenge, and it's going to be a free kick. So we see a substitution for Signal Hill, and Pereira is out, and the man coming in for the Hill is Wright, Emmanuel Wright. So Pereira makes his way off as Wright makes his way on. So there's confirmation of that substitution. As Signal Hill with the free kick. We are in the final minute and a half of normal time. Wright was just trying to get the better of Morris, couldn't. Ball now comes off of Humphrey, and it's gone behind for a corner, or nope, the assistant referee and the referee both agree that in fact it had gone out of play before it was crossed, and it's going to be a throw. So here is the throw sent up field and headed right back into the heart of the St. Mary's defense. They're going to try and take control of things now. That ball is played towards Phillip. He's not going to get there before Richardson. And there was no one really getting control of it. And we are into the final 30 seconds of normal time. We understand that there's going to be 3 minutes of added on time. So can either of these teams get the winner? It's corner. So Signal Hill putting some pressure now on this St. Mary's defense. So there is confirmation of the 3 minutes to be added on. We are already in the first minute of the 3. Here is the corner. Referee is just holding up the play because maybe there was a little bit of pushing on the part of the players. So she blew the whistle before the corner was taken. So Superville goes down in the meantime. So they have to go back and retake this corner. As goalkeeper Superville is down at the moment, and he's going to get some treatment. So we are definitely going to play over that 3 minutes of added on time. Maybe just cramping up a bit. So the spectators anxiously looking on. Remember, we had the predictions. One Signal Hill supporter said 3-2. The St. Mary's supporter said 2-1. So, can Signal Hill make that prediction come through? and get this third goal. So here is the corner. So the corner, it's punched away, and then the shot comes. It goes just wide. Man of the match is going to be interesting. You have to think of Kyle Phillip, his cool, calm 2 goals to bring St. Mary's, 1 to bring them back into the game at 1-1 when he took that lovely goal going up the left side and just put it into the far corner. And then, of course, Mr. Cool when he took the penalty to make it 2-0. And he's been a thorn in the Signal Hill defenders. And this is sent upfield. So Kyle Phillip, and the other contender in my view would be Hopkins, Antonio Hopkins. But certainly you have to think that Kyle Phillip, with his brace, would be man of the match. Here is the ball headed away. Well taken down there by Manswell. Phillip is wide. They can't find him. You could see him backing away, begging for that ball. That's a really good challenge coming in from Roberts. Plays it out. We have played the 3 minutes of added on time, and because of that injury, I would expect the referee might play another minute or so. As Faustro, and Roberts is going to take it now. Free kick for Signal Hill. 2-2 still here at the St. Mary's ground. A brace from Kyle Phillip for St. Mary's, and the 2 goals for Signal Hill coming from Khalil Trim and Antonio Hopkins. Those were the 2 goal scorers. As St. Mary's, they're going to go down that right side, but away goes Watkins for Signal Hill, and eventually it comes off of the defender and goes out, and it's going to be a goal kick for St. Mary's. We've already played 4 minutes of the added on time, and as I said, I would have expected a minute or so to be played because of the injury to Superville, a minute and a half at least. So it's going to be a goal kick for St. Mary's. There's referee Hood. We'll just wait for her final whistle, and that should come any minute now. There it is. She blows the whistle to indicate this game has come to an end. Even Steven, and it has ended 2-2 between these 2 teams. A pretty good game in terms of the chances taken. Kyle James wasn't able to get on the score sheet today, but he had help from his teammates, Trim and Hopkins. But Kyle Phillip, on the other hand, he didn't need help from any of his teammates. He was able to score both goals. He was able to score both goals for St. Mary's, the one in the first half and then the penalty in the second half to make it 2 goals apiece. So there's confirmation of the full-time score. St. Mary's College 2 and Signal Hill Secondary 2. It's been a good game in terms of both teams very competitive, and unfortunately we couldn't get a winner. Let's have a look at the highlights. Referee Hood got the proceedings going, and Signal Hill immediately went on the attack, and this was Trim getting a little bit of room, hit it from long range, and it went over the head of the goalkeeper Superville. He just couldn't get across in time, and the ball nestled in the back of the net. But then St. Mary's came through Kyle Phillip. Look at the run. And then he went for the far post. The goalkeeper couldn't get across in time, and Kyle Phillip, the skipper, made it St. Mary's 1, Signal Hill 1. And then a penalty here. The shot coming and coming off of the hand. Looked like Humphrey, and Kyle Phillip, what a good penalty. He went to the keeper's right, and he put it into the back of the net very, very easily to give St. Mary's the lead 2-1. And when one thought that they had a couple near misses, Signal Hill, a couple shots just went wide. But when one thought that St. Mary's would go away with a 2-1 victory. Antonio Hopkins, he had a different idea because he cut in beautifully here and he went into the corner of the net, and just like that, it was a 2-1 for Signal. Sorry, it was 2-all to make it Signal Hill back in the game, Antonio Hopkins. And then a long-range shot from James. Took a little bit of a deflection. You could see James a little upset because he felt that was going goalwards. But look at the opportunity coming at the far post from Humphrey. And he was able to get to the... was actually St. Hilaire getting to the far post and putting it wide. But let's have a look at those stats. 2-all shots, 14 shots from Signal Hill, just 8 from St. Mary's, 3 on target as opposed to 2 on target. Both shots on target went into the back of the net for Signal Hill. 15 fouls to 7. There were 2 yellow cards apiece, no red cards, 7 corners to 4, and the possession, St. Mary's turning it around in the second half. They had the majority of the possession, 53 to 47, 8 runs in the box as opposed to 10 by Signal Hill. But at the end of it, you could not separate the two teams. A 2-all draw, and maybe on reflection might very well be a fair result. Let's go down pitch side. Hans, he's got the man of the match.
Thank you very much, Colin Murray. What action it was today. Kyle Phillip, man of the match today. 2 goals, and I mean 3 goals for the season, 4 games played. How you felt about your performance today?
Well, today I just come out and I really wanted to work hard. I expected to get my match because I really wanted to try real hard to get today.
You wanted it on TV?
Yeah, I wanted it on TV.
Well, congratulations to you and congratulations to your team. I mean, how do you all prepare for the next game? You're all facing QRC next.
Well, as we saw last season, KRC was one of our hardest games. We had to come back from 3-0 down the 70th minute. We don't want to go 3-0 this time. We want to attack all out. After that is Fatima. This week is what we've been preparing for all season. KRC Wednesday, Fatima Saturday, and we come in for the 6 points.
Ooh, I like the confidence. Congratulations, Mr. Kyle Phillip, captain of St. Mary's College. Coach, I mean, 2-all. Are you satisfied with the result today?
Well, to be honest, a point away from home is always a good point.
Okay.
But the chances that we throw away, I think we should have won the game. We spoke about the team coming out today with a bit of energy because they have a new team, and it's never easy facing a team that have a new coach. Sorry, you know, they say they have a spring, and you know they want to impress the coach because he's new on the scene, you know. But I thought that the boys tried and we did everything in our power, and unfortunately we came out with just a 1 point, but we are grateful at the same time.
All right, well, you all face up against Presentation College, been doing very well in the season so far. I mean, how do you all prepare for that one?
Well, I mean, it's a home game for us, and I, as a coach, I go into every game and I try my best to win, but at the same time, you cannot be naive because Presentation is one of the favorites to win the league. So we're going to prepare for a battle, but we are prepared to battle against Presentation on Wednesday.
All right, just like the school motto, right? Readiness
That's right.
is key. Congratulations again, Coach. I mean, 2-all. I mean, a point away from home, you said it's a good result, all right? Thank you very much for being with us here on SportsMax, SportsMax app, and of course, YouTube as well. Coach Cornell Glenn, listen. With the team, your first time out with them, are you proud of the results?
Definitely. We had only 1 day to work with the team.
Wow.
That day was just all tactical and positioning, and the boys did amazing today.
What were some of the changes that you made, though?
We made no changes, actually. This game was really to get to know the squad.
Right.
You see, we made limited changes because the guys on the field are the guys that played in the past game. So the past games is what we saw, so that's what we know, you know, as the coaches. So we went with what we knew, but we have a couple of days before the next game.
Right.
So we have a lot of work to be done, but again, I can't ask any more of this bunch of guys. Fantastic bunch of guys, and we got them to respond not exactly, but to respond to what we wanted positionally and defensively, and I think it was a fantastic game. Again, hats off to Signal Hill. I think they played a fantastic game, 2 great goals, and it's a great bunch of guys.
That was a very entertaining match, Coach. I won't lie to you. Up next, you'll face QRC, an outfit you're familiar with. How do you prepare for that one?
We just have to go back to the drawing board, as I said. A lot of positioning stuff. Defensively, we need to stop leaking goals. So the next couple of days, we'll just be drilling defensively and trying to stop goals. We have some fantastic players in attack, and we know we can score goals.
Yeah.
It's just to stop the goals coming in. QRC is probably one of the best teams in the nation. So, yeah, once the boys give the same effort that they gave today, I think we're going to get a good result.
All right, well, congratulations. All the best to you, Coach Cornell Glenn, to all the results here today. Now, let's look at some of the upcoming fixtures that you can view right here on SportsMax and on the SportsMax app. Oh, just love the way the sunset looks, all right? These are the fixtures for round 5, and we are going to be bringing you live action as always. Malik Secondary versus Trinity College East. That particular match is the one that is going to be aired. And again, we remind you, all of you all out there, remember ssflgoalcam@gmail.com. You all can send goals from the matches that we can't necessarily be at. Send your footage to that email address on the screen right there. And also, as always, we get ready for the ISSA schoolboy action. Full time here at St. Mary's College grounds. St. Mary's College 2, Signal Hill Secondary 2. We leave you with some moments of today and the action that was this matchup. This is SSFL on SportsMax.
Welcome to SSFL Premiership Division.